You're listening to Fishing the You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your hosts, Thomas Ahrens and Jared Mounts. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by Jake's Bait and Tackle, located in Winchester, Virginia.
If that doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will.
How are we doing this morning, everyone? Good morning. Here we are. We are here for day 3 of ICAST. We are going to be doing the walkthrough. We're going to be going for about 2 to 3 hours this morning, and then we'll be also coming back on in the afternoon. Here we are. Let's just check the audio on this bad boy. All right, Jared, you are live. Go for it, big dog. Jared, you are live.
Hey guys, Jared, Jake's Bait and Tackle, Fishing the DMV, live here at ICAST 2024. Bill Seaman-Telda. This man, if you don't know him, he invented Spro Wrap. That's like that was, you've done a lot before that, but that was your big claim there. So he's moved there to Fish Lab. Guys, they just won Best in Show last night. Congratulations. Best hard bait, I think it was. Yeah, for saltwater. So if you can take us through Winchester, Virginia, freshwater smallmouth, largemouth, take us through, just show us what you got this year coming out.
Well, that's the biggest thing. So, being with Fish Lab the last 3 years, about 3 or 4 years, every time we come to Florida, everybody goes, we need a saltwater swim bait. Nobody's done it without one in. So, this is a crossover bait. This is basically built. The whole system is built for freshwater. It's built for any type of water, basically. But what I want to do is everybody to understand the float flight system, suspended animation, drop shot, rip baits that suspend. I've been doing this for about 30 years. This has been in my back pocket, and I finally told these guys, I said, okay, if you want to come out with a swim bait that I have that I don't show anybody, I'll show you suspended animation. So what we did is we came out with a 6-inch and a 4-inch. And in the 6 and 4 inch, what we have about 1.5 ounces, 5/8 ounce. This drops, I built this on 20-pound test model, so it's through the water column at 3 degrees, goes down 1 foot every 5 seconds. This will drop about every 3 seconds. You can adjust your line depending on how you want it to sit in the water column. And you can basically, when you throw mono out, mono is like a float. So this bait will go down to a certain level and you can almost hover there, doing directional changes, doing 180-degree turns. doing the V-wake, like everything within this. And the cool part about it, we're going to go over the tank. This is the first bait I've been catching fish on. I could walk the dogs on the bottom.
Wow.
You literally, like wintertime fishing, you could dead stick it on the bottom and twitch it, and you could walk the dog across the bottom. But in the summertime, springtime, in the fall, when the fish are coming up the surface, V-wake is super slow. You can burn it across the surface, and you can rip it like a ripper. So that's the cool part about these baits. And you know, we won for saltwater because the last few years, we're like, Bill, we want to fish around the mangroves. You know, brush for us, for bass fishing. We want to fish around ducks, bass fishing. You know, hey, we want to fish over the silt. We want to fish above the grass.
That's where the fish are.
So basically, like I said, this is an unbelievable crossover bait. And the crazy part about it is we're getting custom paint jobs. These guys on our team are custom artists, custom paint jobs, which you know, we were just talking to some other people. They're like, really, $50 to have people custom paint like the swim bait. $19.99 for the 6-inch, $17.99 for the 4-inch. Good BKK hooks, hardware, everything else. The cool thing about the saltwater version, we're keeping the lighter hooks and everything because a lot of guys are still fishing light line, which was amazing. They're just like us. When those fish get hard to catch, man, they downsize. But you can always switch out the hooks to like a 2X or 3X, increase your line size if you're going after big snook or something, or striper, which is our freshwater side of it. And then that'll adjust that fall rate again. But when you see it in the water, that's where it comes alive. And you understand it.
Before we go over there, I got to tell you a quick story. On the last year, he was telling us when he came over to Fish Lab, like he had a notebook. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. And he made this transition, and they're looking through it, and they're like, you know, what's this? And he redefined the creature bait. Fish Lab. We're carrying that Jigs bait and tackle from last year, but the idea that this stuff is in his brain right here, and then he kind of jots down, and if you could ever get your hands on that notebook, but it takes, correct me if I'm wrong, 1 to 2 years of from the time it starts here, the time you get it here, the time you get it to in our hands, it's about a 2-year process.
Well, nice now with Fish Lab. For years, some of these drawings I've had for 20, 30 years. They've been sitting there, and it's finally when you come to a team, and everybody's on the same page, and we're all fishermen, and like the flutter nymph. We won 90% of our tournaments. We just won back-to-back tournaments on the 2.5-inch flutter nymph team. In our lakes, we just, I hate to say it, but the guys that I fish get, they're mad at us, but we destroyed them. On a flutter nymph, on a 3/32 ounce little dart head, and we're talking big smallies, big largemouth, and if you guys are fishing for spotted bass or anything else, our soft bait line is legit, and that flutter nymph is catching fish that, you know, I'm catching 20-pound stripers on it.
Well, you're tied in the fly fishing experience. Let's go to the tank. Let's see what you got.
So what we wanted to do is we wanted to come out with these baits that basically come alive in the water. And the neat thing, we got to bring Mike over real quick. So Mike is part of the team. So we got Mike, myself, and Hide. And he's a product manager over at Fish Lab. And I tell you what, the biggest thing, Mike, the crazy thing when we were doing this, I was telling him about it. He's like, we need to come out with swim bait. We need to get one for saltwater, because everybody's asking. But we need to really knock it out of the freshwater side of things.
Right.
And what we were talking about the weight, I said we need to do suspended animation as much as we could. And what were you saying? You're like, nah, we want it to kind of adjust. We want it faster.
Right.
But what happened when you guys took the prototype to the
Let me know how the audio is now, guys. I just had them adjusted down there in Florida.
So that's the biggest thing. So on this, as you can see, this is a straight up and down shot. We're gonna let this thing sink. Very slight nose down. So that means on a slack line, it's not gonna do the best spot. When it hits the bottom, it suspends off the base. So when you start getting it bait, if you can just keep on the bottom, simply put it in there, and start walking the dog across the bottom. I've been catching so many fish in the first pond doing this at our local house. And this house is a lot of fish. Actually, literally walking the dog across the pond. But the technique built on that is very bad. So if you were fishing top water right up here, you wanted to slow wake it, high rod tip, V-wakes across the surface. If you wanted to go faster, rod tip down, it burns. You want it to work like a rip bait for smallmouth and spotted bass, you could rip it and do 180-degree turns with this bait.
Oh, I love it.
That there's multiple functions and techniques put into this, and I know like what Mike does. Mike's phenomenal at saltwater fishing. He's actually down here with some of his friends. The snook, the redfish, you know, tarpon on this bait. And the cool part about it, when you see it on the bottom, here's where light comes into play. Suspend an animation with that on the bottom. When a big fish, a snook or a largemouth goes down to invert on that, the pressure from the fish changes the water. That bait will actually start picking up the snook away.
All right, Jared, the mics aren't working.
And that triggers these bites.
Said something about the same.
Big thing, and like I said, Mike knocked out of the park with the price point. $19.99 for the 6-inch, $17.99 for the 7.5, and we have 7 incredible colors for both fresh and salt water. With the extra colors coming out, we're working on some extra colors as we speak right now.
Awesome.
So really cool stuff. What do you think, Mister?
I think it's going to be great. Just like everything you do.
That's
And then on the wall over here, we could show some colors if you want to quick look at the colors.
That's
Something out, Tom.
Test it again. Test it again.
Go, check.
The problem is you're right next to the phone, so I don't know if it's the phone picking it up or the mic.
Saw the mullet colors over there, but I mean, from the wasiki, the sexy bone,
No, I can't hear it.
rainbow trout, carp, that's a crossover like the hitch for California. We have 7 incredible colors that's going to hit that, you know, anything from tannic, stain, muddy water, all the way to the super clear for all species. So especially for you guys back east, man. Some of these baits are going to be right in the wheelhouse for spotted bass, you know, your big largemouth, your smallies, and be ready for monster stripers to hit it too. I'm excited, man.
Oh, man, you should be.
Yeah,
More great work.
I appreciate it.
Very much, man. Seriously, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for that.
congratulations, man.
All right, have a good day.
How are you, buddy? Good seeing you, pal.
Got y'all running
Busy at it.
Maryland,
Busy
West
at it.
Virginia, DC right now. It's going live, rolling.
I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot, but they would do well. You got sound now, Thomas? Can you hear it?
I've been a rough one to miss. That was great. I'm live.
You got green.
Yeah, I got green. It's all. It's working on.
iPhone microphone should be USB audio 1.0. How about now? Testing. That looks like it's picking it up now. You good now? Testing. Wow. How about now? Camera's back. Audio. Check. ICAST 2024. All right, we're back online, folks. Sorry about that. We always run into technical difficulties with all this technology. So you might have lost some sound there, but Bill with Fish Lab, again, you got to see some great video. Doc is shooting there on his new Best in Show saltwater hard bait. We're going to make our way over now and just kind of show you. And understand too, guys, none of this is scripted. It's all truly live. There you're seeing Jacob Wheeler right here. He was showing us a lot of good stuff, and there's his wife. And this is the idea behind ICAST. You got the manufacturer, you got the engineers, design folks. You got the pros, the elites, the anglers that are fishing on the water using this product.
So
and then
as you guys are now
here
aware, I am
that
actually
are
at home base in
gonna
Virginia. I sent them the camera
buy this
equipment,
stuff and bring
so
it back.
I called them to
to
make
you
sure we
guys,
had the
get it in
mics.
your
Please let me know
hands.
how the mic
We
sounds
may go
now.
over here and
The
interrupt
connection will
meeting.
always be an issue just because we're on
Jenny
cell
is in
service.
right
It
now
will
just
not
to
be
show
super
you
clean, but this way you get a
our
first
Spro rep,
eye peek of
Spro
what's going on.
Gamakatsu. So you can kind of see here too, like where people are just sitting down, they're talking business, they're going to try to work a deal, bring the product in. And this place is massive. You can't really put in perspective how big the Orange County Convention Center is. It is just a massive, massive place. I'll take a quick spin around and then I don't see here, so we're just going to keep moving. And that's what I say. It's sometimes, let's try pure fishing, Doc. See if Scott has a second.
This one's a little different rules.
You have time to take us through on a live?
I've got green top here in 10 minutes.
10 minutes, no problem. We'll come back. So, Scott with Pure Fishing there. We got a meeting set up with him later. He's going to be taking green top around in about 10 minutes. Here we've got the missile bait. We got missile baits. We got to see them outside yesterday on the water. Dirty Jigs here. We talked to them yesterday. I know Z-Man. We're going to check out Z-Man as well. And guys, again, this is just an opportunity as we walk through, just for you to kind of see all the different products. I know somebody wanted to see the Berkeley, one of the minnows. I will definitely get back with Scott. He's done with green top. We'll make our way back around. As we walk to, if you see something that strikes your interest, if you want to get an up close on, talk to somebody about it, we can definitely do that. Doc shot 38 videos yesterday. Hey, Bo. He shot 38 videos yesterday that Carly will edit, condense, and product videos. Look at these vendor numbers too, 4,630. That's kind of gives an example too how big we're talking here.
Apologize for the inconvenience. We got it going now.
You're gonna walk in a pattern, try to catch it all. Easy to get distracted. We did not see Black Party yesterday, so we might check them out here today. You got some pretty good products. You got the hand right next to them. Let's just walk through here, Doc, and just we'll just kind of go on the outside edge here, just kind of see what Live Target has to offer.
This guy.
Yes, man. Bandwidth is worse than. Yes, I am saving up for a piece of technology.
Everybody loves the frog dock, and
to basically allow this to be a lot better next year for the Richmond Raleigh Expo and ICAST. So, if you would like me to get that piece of technology faster, sign up for Patreon. That would really help us out get there. Again, get all your questions answered, guys. You can't hear them right now because I muted them.
Sorry.
But get all your questions in here, and I'll try to get pass information on so they can find that booth for you.
All right, the next number is 1.
Sorry about that. I had my volume turned way the heck down. I'm getting so I got a couple of questions here. That's what I'm getting is I'm getting a live view setup with the 2 different chips. So we'll have Wi-Fi, Sprint, and Verizon. Saving up for it though because it's expensive. Terrible at fishing says host. I really low volume. Yeah, I'm sorry. I turned my volume way down so there was no echo. Apologize for that.
Z-Man looks like he's talking. I'll grab our guy, see if he can take us around.
We also have, let's see, awesome dude. Yeah, that's the key. I want the live view setup so I can also live stream fishing tournaments, but again, it's expensive.
Start right in here.
Let's see. We can hear the show though. Good, awesome. Sorry, I did that one. When it comes to fishing line, is it hard to break free from what you rely on? 100%, because humans are patterns of behavior. Anyway, put your questions down below. I'll send it on to the people that are actually down in Orlando and enjoy the walkthrough.
I was a little concerned about the connection because I expect that little bar button to pop right off. Or like have guys expected, and so I used it. I got 150 whitebird here tested. That rib really adds a lot of strength, I agree. That spot in the center point.
Yes, sir. What's that? Cajun. I'll have to find those. We're going to try to grab Z-Man here while we're here. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, I'm trying. As soon as I can get our Z-Man guy, we're going to go live with him.
Alrighty, so I just called Jared and the man they called Doc, who are actually down in Orlando. Again, if you're just tuning in, I apologize for the audio issues. I'm actually not there in person because I have things I have to do up here. We did get the audio fixed. They are right now at the Z-Man booth trying to get Z-Man, a guy from Z-Man, to talk to them. After the Z-Man booth, we'll get some other stuff going. I know Adam Stills. Adam, again, Andrew, thank you so much for joining Patreon. It really means a lot to me. We're only 2 more Patreon supporters, I think, away from hitting 150. We'll hit our main goal, so we can have a meet and greet and we can start getting some stuff. Anyway, here it is. Z-Man booth is going on right now. Z-Man booth is going on right now.
Or whatever you want. Thomas, does he have us there? We on live? Let me call him here.
We're good. We're good. Go for it.
All right, guys. So the other thing too, we've got reps for these reps like regionally all across the nation, and so we got ours here now. Can you walk us through? We're on Fishing DMV Live. Tell our customers here and folks back home kind of what's new, what's good.
Yeah, let's walk over to the new product showcase and I'll show you everything.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Ryan. We got some hardware here.
Yeah, so we got some new hardware, as you'll see. Best of category freshwater soft lure. This is the new Shadtron. So last year at Z-Man, we introduced the Mulletron LT, a line through mullet style bait. And as soon as we released it, immediately we got asked for a freshwater version. So we immediately got to work and started designing the Shadtron. So what really sets the Shadtron apart is its harness system. So if you look inside of this bait, you have an internal harness, meaning the bait comes with a single top hook, and you run your line through the bait, through a harness, tied to the hook, and then you pull your line into the bait, and that locks the hook in place. What that line through does is every time you hook a fish, the bait's going to slide up the line, It protects the bait, but what more importantly it does is it prevents the fish from having any leverage where they can really throw this bait and your landing percentage goes through the roof. What we did this year, though, to really set this apart from the Mulletron is you have the single top hook, but what you also have is the ability to run a bottom treble hook. So our internal harness system is actually a Y harness, meaning you can run your line out the top or out the bottom. And so as you can see here, you also have a hanger on the bottom to attach a treble hook, and you simply just lock the treble hook in place, and now you've got a line through treble hook version as well. So 2 totally different rigging options. They do come in 2 sizes. You have a 6-inch and a 4.5 inch, and they come in 2 sink rates. They have a slow sink and a fast sink. So if you want to check out some of the colors, this isn't even the full range of colors, but we have a lot of really cool shad colors from threadfin to gizzard shad, ghost bone, a lot of different cool, unique colors there in that product. So next up, another freshwater bait from us is the new graph shads. So for all of you guys that are a huge fan of forward-facing sonar, obviously that's been taking the bass fishing world by storm. And we wanted to create the ultimate tool to use when you're using forward-facing sonar, so that's the graph shads. So the graph shads to start off with, just the general profile, again, a little shad profile, big flat sides, so that picks up on sonar return really well. There's also an internal air bladder in the back of the bait. That picks up on the sonar a little bit better as well, and it helps collapse so that you get a really good hookup ratio on that sickle hook. What's most important about the graph shads is our line through head design. So for this bait, rather than having a line through hook design, what this line through allows you to do is have the line coming straight out of the top of the head at the perfect angle every single time. A lot of these ball head, jig heads that people are using for forward-facing sonar, the problem is if you're not kinked to one side or the other, the bait won't swim straight, and you can't keep a good eye on forward-facing sonar. But with this line-through design, you run your line through the bait and then tie to the bottom. There's a recessed area so the knot is completely hidden out of the way, and that way that allows your line to come straight out the top of the head every single time. So as soon as you put tension on this bait, when you cast it out, it's just going to pendulum straight back to the boat. And it's a very unique design. All the heads, we do 3 different weights. We do 3/16, quarter, and 3/8, and we stamp them on the head. The reason for that is all the heads are the exact same size, but we use different materials for each of the heads, so it's the same size with different weights. So something no one else is doing.
Yeah, that's the thing that amazes me too, Ryan, just the innovation. Like, just when you think like there's nothing more to invent or come up with or improve on, like, there it is again. What I like about, you talked about the forward-facing sonar, and, there's haters and there's, people like it, love it, hate it, whatever. But one thing you can't deny either is it's teaching us so much more about fish behavior and what our lures are doing underwater, how the fish are responding to it. Because of that technology, I think we're we're creating better baits. That's not, even if you don't have forward-facing sonar, that kind of technology is going to help just that weekend warrior out there fishing to catch fish and be successful. So
exactly.
I think it's fascinating.
Yep. The graph shads comes in 10 awesome colors. You can kind of see all the colors here. The graph shads, when you buy it, it's going to come one as a pre-rigged body, and then you have a spare body. And what's really cool about that spare body that it comes with that no one else is doing is we've actually already inserted a channel through the bait. One issue with the Laztec is it can be hard to rig perfectly straight, but with that predetermined channel, it makes it super easy to run that hook straight through the bait, and you just follow that channel until you follow that hook out, and it's going to rig completely straight every single time with very little effort. So, and it does have a dual keeper on here. You have a wire keeper and a lead keeper. So again, it's just we really tried to think of every little step with that bait.
Talk to us too about the Evo. You were telling us yesterday on the Evo about the tungsten head. It made a lot of sense. This is good information, guys, and it's at a good price point too. But tell us about that head.
Yeah. So last year we released the Elite Evo chatterbait, and it's an awesome design. We worked really hard to get the price point down. Obviously we love our jackhammer. It's a tried and true tournament winner. But not everybody wants to spend that kind of money on a chatterbait. So we worked on the Evo. It's a $9.99 chatterbait and has a lot of premium features built into it. But immediately with the Elite Evo, we got a lot of requests for a tungsten version. And we were pretty hesitant, but when we started looking into it, one big thing that we found was our pure tungsten head is extremely dense compared to soft lead. And so with a traditional lead head chatterbait, when that blade is striking the head, it's hitting lead and it's causing basically a slightly softer vibration. And same way as when you're fishing a Texas rig, people like to use Texas rigs with tungsten weights because they have a better feel of it. Same thing with a chatterbait. We found that this tungsten head, when this blade is hitting back and forth, it returns that vibration a lot stronger with the tungsten head. And even just picking one up and making a cast with it, you'll feel a significant difference. That translates to a different sound that the fish haven't heard before and an even harder thump. So it's got a lot of benefits. So this year we released the Tungsten Evo, exact same design. The head is, because of the density of tungsten, it is a more compact head, so it'll stay down in the water column a little bit better. But other than that, it has all the same features as the Evo, the same hook, the same beautiful skirt colors. So just a really good new product, and I think a lot of guys are going to be excited to throw a tungsten chatterbait.
Very good.
And then to go with the chatterbait, we have a new chatterbait trailer. So this is the new Chatter Shad. So we released the Chatter Spike last year, and after getting some feedback on it and some things that we wanted to do differently, you'll notice the body really resembles that Chatter Spike with its segmented tail and the diamond-shaped cross sections. But essentially, it's just a streamlined chatterbait trailer. But this year with the Chatter Shad, we've just added this fantail. It gives it a little more of a swimming action, and just pairs beautifully with this Evo. And we also decided to do this in 2 sizes. So you have a 4.5 that pairs with your jackhammers and your Evos, and then we have a 3.5 that pairs really well with the Mini Max that we released a few years ago. That's been a really extremely popular chatterbait, especially like in the fall time that we're coming up on. And now you've got the perfect chatterbait trailer to go with it. So, new drop shot bait from Z-Man. This is our new drop kickers. So we've been working on a couple of different drop shot designs, and this little tail here, this little wedge style tail, we found that with drop shotting, people are trying to have that balance between a straight tail and a paddle tail. And this wedge tail just has a perfect little in-between balance. It's salt impregnated, so it sits horizontally in the water column. It's not going to float up like our traditional plastic without the salt. The ribs in it hold some air so that when this bait's dropping down, it slowly releases a little bubble trail. We found that really helps let the fish key in on it. Comes in some awesome colors, 2 sizes. We've got a 2.75 and a 3.5 inch size, so 2 different sizes, a lot of good colors there. This is designed for drop shot, but it also works really well on a finesse size on a jig head, or you can even rig it on a Ned head and just hop it around the bottom like your traditional Ned style bait. And then lastly, we've got the TRD Fatty. So obviously, Z-Man's known for the Ned rig, and we want to keep expanding on that Ned rig family. And so we've had the Fatties in our lineup for a long time. It's always been a tried and true favorite. And for a long time, we've been asked for a TRD version. So this is the new TRD Fatties, salt impregnated. This where we align this little segment in the middle of the tail, we just found that it gives this bait a lot more wobble. So every time you hop this bait, it kind of has a hinge where that tail really wobbles back and forth. And, getting some great, Ned rig colors there. So yeah, that's kind of the rundown of all of our freshwater
Gosh, Ryan,
stuff.
that's great. I'm telling you again, information, knowledge, like you just can't beat that. Sometimes it's that little subtle, point that you point out. I didn't know that about the Evo. And so, it's about learning something new that, again, hopefully can help us catch more fish. So
absolutely,
you'll always do a great job. Thank you so much.
Really appreciate that.
We bring this stuff back to Jake's soon. So
absolutely.
Thanks for the information.
Sounds good. See y'all.
Thanks. Yeah, here's the mic too, Doc. If you want to add in on that. What do you think so far, Doc? Is day two of this show?
Well, as you can see, just from the video, it's just awesome. It's an awesome spectacle in fishing. I mean, it's just Lord of mercy. It's
all these people under one roof.
And you got to realize the people, all the crowd here. This is a limited crowd. This is not for the public. This is basically for everybody in the industry. And so the crowd that we see here are people in the industry. And so you get a view how large this industry is, especially when you got salt water included under this roof. I mean, you got all the manufacturers, for example, Shimano, not only their freshwater reels, then you got the line of saltwater reels. That's the same.
Okay, BFS.
All the other companies.
I think too, what we'll do is we'll compile that list and bring it, and we're the second half, we'll definitely bring it back. So people have been asking about Doc. There he is right there.
There it is. Man behind the camera.
Yes, Doc is, you got off Doc, you've been with us for 12 years with Jake Bait.
Yeah,
We were talking the other day, we're coming down, flying down, and we were talking about the closet that Dad had, Jerry, when he first opened Jake's.
Right.
It was probably only, gosh, it might have been 400 square foot, maybe bigger, but small, and you came in there and you've been with us for 12 years.
Yes, ever since those days. And you can see the expansion and just the growth just in our local bait and tackle store. So, you know, it's what an industry, growing industry.
And we'll keep talking here, but people are asking about you, Doc.
Oh, okay.
And Doc is, he's a river rat, he's an express boat. He's on the Shenandoah River, Susquehanna River. He goes up Erie, Niagara. You're from Tennessee, like you fish all up and down the East Coast, getting ready to retire soon. He's got a couple of back in the truck, and he's going to travel and fish. And you just got a passion for fishing. Right. So, I was impressed yesterday with my knowledge of all these things talking to you folks. You've been fishing for quite some time.
Essentially all my life, since early childhood. So, love it.
So we're going to make our way back over here and catch Jenny again. And guys, I know Thomas is relaying the questions, what you guys want to see, and we're definitely going to work that in. We're considering taking a break halfway through, and at that point, we'll kind of find out where some of these locations are that you want to see.
And a lot of these products we're seeing are new. It's just amazing. This is not just the line of what these companies carry. A lot, and most of this stuff is new stuff that's coming out. So it's just incredible. And I guess one of the things that's been amazing is the growth in the swim bait industry, Jared.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, as we just seen, first couple stops, it's been.
Well, again, you just have there's so much. It's so vast, and forward-facing sonar, obviously, as everybody's saying, changing the industry. There's Christy over here. He's shooting a video. He's shooting video.
Hey, Wally, how you doing? We're live on video with Fishing the DMV, Wally, up in Winchester, Virginia.
Right.
We had a good interview with Wally yesterday, Mr. Crappie, and I'll tell you what, we've really enjoyed our visit here, and it's an overwhelming show.
I want to know, how big a skillet are you using for this crappie?
Man, I use an RV Cajun cooker. Dude, I'm throwing 8.5 gallons at them, brother. We got 3 baskets rolling 24/7.
Unbelievable.
Hey, you folks need to come to the world's largest crappie fry, November 1, 2, 3 in Branson, Missouri at the Crappie Expo. Crappie Expo, Branson, Missouri, 1, 2, 3, November.
All right.
How many crappie can you eat for free?
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, last year we served 1,200 pounds.
Oh, my Lord. Wow. That's no joke.
That is no joke.
No joke right
Riceland, rice bran oil, clean as can be. Man, we got hush puppies, taters, we got it all.
Oh, Lord.
Savannah hush puppies.
Somebody liable to hurt themselves.
One first time that truck come in with them Savannah hush puppies, they pulled in an 18-wheeler, and I go, I hope that sucker ain't full. We can't cook that many. But anyway, hey, we're here at the ICAST show, and check out Mr. Crappie. Well, got a lot of new items coming out this year with all my manufacturers, Strike King, Lose, Bets, Bullet Weights. Hey, the old slipping grip from Bullet Weight. Be looking out for that now.
And we shot some shorts yesterday, Doc did, and we'll be dropping those. We're going to let Carly edit those, and we'll put those out so you can see what's new and great that they're coming up with that's going to help you catch more fish.
Hey.
You can't beat it, can you?
Get the grease hot, mama.
Take care.
See you. Thank you. So waiting for Jane to come out here.
Himself.
There he is. You just see Jason Christie right here behind you too. Again, just a collaboration, guys, of from again the engineers, the design, science behind the fish, their behavior, scents, colors, the anglers. They bring it all together to bring us products that we can get in your hands to catch fish. So let's go through these baits over here, Doc. Let's just take a look at them before Danny comes out. Carl, our rep.
What's up?
How's it going?
You're not gonna talk? Why not?
I'm not tall enough for that.
I'm short, Carl. Let's get in this. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
I can get one of the pros to do it for you.
Okay,
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be fun. Yeah, we'll just take a quick spin.
Are we on pause? Or are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
All right.
So, hey
Is it
Doc.
Mike?
Hey Doc.
Are you done with busy?
Jennifer.
I'm getting ready to shoot with Caraco.
So,
New color.
just came out of a meeting with Carl. Okay, so again, Carl's our rep.
He's trying to
for
find us
Spro,
somebody special.
Gamakatsu.
New color in the rock crawl. I want to say it's rusty
It's
crawl.
gonna be good for those river guys. That looks pretty close, Doc.
He told me the color, but
Looks good.
doesn't look good.
So basically, did you put some orders in?
Not yet. We went
Okay.
over. Actually, a lot of their stuff's already available, so I've
Okay.
already got some of the stuff. Like I know these colors, frogs, are going to be new, but I have some of these in stock. We just got some new. This one I know I have. A little froggy. So a lot of this stuff's already been out, so we've been able to.
But we were laughing too because I think Jerry, if he's watching back at Jake's, he's going to be a little concerned. First couple of years we came, I would bring stuff back to her pictures, she would order. Then we brought her, and that now it's just exploded. We got Doc here, and so I'm sure you're spending a lot of money.
No,
you're spending a lot of Dad's money for.
No,
we just
I'm
laugh.
being
He's
conservative.
like, we got to get this stuff back in their hands.
I did get Crush City. I did a pre-order for them, getting some stuff because that was hard to get.
Right.
Some BMC stuff that came out that was
about
hard.
$1,500 worth of stuff I think you ordered. So
And
Roger
it's
too.
not coming until the fall, so don't worry.
Yeah, the big brown
Winter
trucks will
actually.
be backing up.
But
and,
Carl, Rusty Crawl, is that what we call them? That
Rusty gold.
Rusty what?
Gold.
Rusty Gold.
what do you think, Doc?
Oh, it looks good.
I know the crawl guys are gonna love that. They already love the rock
What do you
crawler
think, Doc?
as
Is
it
that-
is.
I mean, this is going to do it. It'll be great on the river. It'll be obviously great up north. So I'm really excited about being able to grab one of these.
All right. So one other thing that Carl showed me that I didn't realize they have. Apparently, we've had this for a couple years now. Is the Micro Little John? I didn't realize we had these, but I think Doc's eyes got real big when I showed. But I thought that was a little good. So 7 to 9 feet. I think this is going to be really great. Here's these guys right here.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful colors.
Yeah.
9 new colors.
Some sexy
9
shad.
new colors.
They got 9 new colors.
But yeah, so let's see. What else do we want to talk about? I know we got those. What's this one? That is the Sashimi Swimmer. We do have this in stock. It comes in 2 sizes, the 125 and the 105. I got a couple of those in stock, so definitely look those up. What else? Everybody loves the Chad. We still have these, people. They're even on our online site, so you can check that out. I have some of the classic colors too. We have a couple of those left. The Spro. This is the Spy. What they call it? Something different. Spin John. You know, good old John Cruise. We have these too. So, like I said, a lot of the Spro stuff already came out last fall. The Spro Rat, we got him too. Why don't we go over to Gamakatsu too? Like, let's see.
That right there. So that's a little John 50.
Yeah.
That on 60, and then that's 50. Let's deal with it.
Doc's making a mess. What you got going on, Doc? Goodness gracious. All right, there we go. Oh, here's another thing we've got. The Megalojohn. I don't know if people have seen them in the store, but we have them. Somebody likes the micro stuff. Andrew. That's cool. Yeah, I know. That's really becoming a really popular thing. We do have the Megalojohn in stock, too. Let's keep walking. So we've got some premium leaders. I've got those in stock. We carry their power terminal, power spinners, or spinner things. Swivels. That's what they are, Doc. So any of this stuff, if we don't have it, I can get it. Because we do go direct with Spro. What is that?
The different colors of the structure heads.
That thing is a heavy thing, right?
The structure head colors for jointed.
No, I'm making a mess. There was some new things in Gamakatsu. Let's go look at those circle hooky things. Crankbait hook circle thing. I'm really doing great with the names of these things.
Head over to Gamakatsu.
I just learned 5 seconds ago, so. Well, and the other thing is too, Carl just told me that Spro just signed Jason Christie, so now you're gonna
just saw him, yeah.
You're gonna start to see some reels come out that he's working on. Maybe Carl can show us where they're at. So they have this new thing. Hi, how are ya? I'm looking at that crankbait.
The hook?
The crankbait hook, the new one. You're already flying out? Look at that. All right, here it is, Carl. All right, so Gamakatsu just came out with this thing. I already have some guys that do this already for their saltwater stuff. They take out their trebles and they turn them into a single hook. The official name of this thing is called the crankbait hook. Crankbait circle, I think is what it's called. Crankbait circle, right? Yeah. So crankbait circle, so you don't get all tangled up on the grass as much. And brush. Pretty cool idea. Heavy cover, but do you want to talk about some of your hooks? Oh, look, you try to get them on camera and then they run away. I'm just kidding. Okay, we're going to mic him up. What is this? What we got? Joseph here from Gamakatsu.
Joe. Did you say Joseph? Oh my God.
Mine says Jennifer. I don't go by Jennifer.
I don't. Let's talk about this.
All right, let's talk about this.
Let me get the. Oh, I got another one. You can get a little close up. Get a little B-roll.
There we go. Well, we're actually live right now, so
why don't we?
You can just talk away. Have fun.
Good morning, folks. This is Joe from Gamakatsu, showing you one of our hooks that actually Bill Dance helped us develop. And so what it is a traditional circle hook on a crankbait. Well, you and I know, being older fishermen, we're used to having trebles on it or a single hook on it, and we're used to striking the fish as soon as we get a bite. So reactionary is still paramount for a new fisherman and older fisherman, but for mortality rates and fishing in heavy cover and heavy wooded areas and even thick matted areas, you can cast this thing down in there because of the circle hook configuration. It's going to swim down in there, and that thing's going to do its thing down there, and it's not going to get hung up. But the fish, what it's going to do is grab it because it is in heavy cover. It doesn't have the room to move around in vegetation and heavy cover. It's going to take it and it wants to go back down into its hole. And that's the configuration. What is paramount by using a circle hook, the fish is going to grab it, turn, and go back down to where it is. And that's when you hook a fish. This is going to turn, and it's going to hook in the corner of its mouth. So mortality rate goes down. And of course, being bass fishermen, we can release that fish unharmed. So that's why this hook was developed like that. We thought it was a good idea, and it's super, super the way it works. Square bills, everything.
Awesome, thank you.
I want a pack of those.
Yeah. So the other thing Gamakatsu's done, and they've had this for a while now, the Nano Alpha hooks. So they're basically adding that to their bronze, Nano Alpha, and their nickel black. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably start to naturally just switch out to these because everybody's saying they're better.
Right.
They're the same price.
Same price.
And they're just, they won't rust. They
yeah, they're two times slicker, 4 times corrosion resistant, and it's actually been a finish that we've had in Japan, but we introduced here to the U.S. market. Saltwater fishermen alike it's paramount for what they're doing, because you and I know we put stuff away in our tackle boxes, and even that if they're moist, they get surface rust. Well, the Nano Alpha finish prevents that. And it's definitely, you can see the difference here and what it is. In Nano Alpha, there's no corrosion at all that forms on it. So it's going to come in all our popular sizes right now. But going forward, future, most all of our hooks will have the Nano Alpha finish.
And they also have these cool ceramic braids. They're ceramic braids, so they're not going to rust either.
Right.
They got little teeth on them. They're pretty funny.
They do. One side has the teeth to actually hold on to the braid, and the cutting side of it that actually cuts the braid. It cuts it like butter, to be honest with you. So it's great product.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Joe. It's very nice talking to you.
Of course.
I'll take our mic back there. I don't think you want to be listening to you talking all day.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
All right. So, and Spro also has these cool new things. They're like little, everything's got all funky names for things. To hold on to the bait packet thing.
Oh, Serpa.
Serpa. They're pretty cool. They're like, you put your hard bait in there, and it keeps the jerk bait from getting hung up and stuff. There's Wally Marshall again. He's everywhere. So, all right, cool. Anything else we want to discuss? Yep. Oh, and he did say we are going to stop by the Denali booth later, because he said they redid the attacks. They redid the Prime. They're now all black, and they added a new series, the Gunner.
Really light, but it's got Fuji components.
Fuji components, really light, only $119.
$119.
Denali does a great job with that. All right, thanks, Carl.
Yep, thank
I'll
you.
see you later.
Good one.
Thank you.
When's your next appointment?
Not till noon,
Okay.
so we can hang out. That's gonna be with Scott.
We tried to catch Scott. He was getting ready to go in with green top. We go over here and check the missile.
Now, the great thing about the show, as you can see, is that you're able to talk to these people that are experts in the product. They know the product from beginning to the point it's packaged and ready to sell. So you can get some really, really good insight as to the specifics about these products that otherwise you would never be able to get being something like this. So anyway, it's Byron.
This is Byron. He's crazy.
What?
What? You want to talk?
What?
Where do I? Just put it somewhere.
We saw these guys yesterday on the water, but let's go through again.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Out online.
Your little smally snack. That's what I call it.
This is Jeff. He's a smally snack. So Chunky D, we've got 4 new colors this year.
And you're Chunky D, right?
I'm the mini D. So the Chunky, stop. I'm trying to be professional. Alabama Brim. And this is live too, right?
Yeah.
Tilapia Magic. Hello. Magic Cross Swirl. Ballistic Bruiser. We did that because it's been really popular in the D-bombs. Then we've got 4 new colors in the D-bombs. Alabama Brim. Tilapia Magic. Bruiser Phantom, which has like a little blue sheen on the back and black blue on the top. And then Magic Cross Swirl. There's 4 new colors in the mini Magic Worm 4-inch and the 6-inch Magic Worm. So that's the Alabama Brim. And it's cool because it's a little different because Robo Worm pours these for us.
Shad Flash is new.
Hey, the colors are great.
I think I think I got a couple new colors in that.
Fantastic.
And then the bleeding shad's one of our favorite because
Yeah,
it's
that's
just the top portion that's the bloody. So it's a subtle, but that'll be a Clearwater killer.
Hey, and I was talking to somebody the other day about this. We were talking about package, how many are in a package? Because sometimes people are like, see the $3.99 package, and they're like, oh, that's what I
And
want.
then that's $10.99.
And they're like, oh my God, it's $10.99. But
You're getting a double
16
count.
in these,
Yeah, there's
so,
16 in the
so
small
you're getting
ones.
more for what you.
It's basically two
Two
normal
packs.
Robo worm bags in one.
So don't be afraid of that. I did buy these, and guess who bought one right away when we were checking them in?
Who's that?
Jared.
Ah.
He's brown. So I also wanted to ask people. So everybody's got to have like the hook, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, what do you guys think of the hover missile? Like, I know Byron's gonna say we need them, but
Well, no, but
why are there
here's-
toothpicks in there?
So there's a hole. We went old school. There's a hole in there, and it works.
I could see that.
So like you take the toothpick, you jab it through there.
That
and you're
actually
done.
makes sense because Ray was getting all mad at me because he bought some VMC hooks and the holes weren't punched
But the
out.
cinnamon flavored ones are the preferred ones.
Sorry. Anyway, back to business.
Makes a difference.
Sorry. That's why they keep me around.
Yep.
You know,
So
everybody-
here's a fun fact too. So a lot of guys are throwing the forward-facing stuff, and they're like, "Do I do the hover missile or a jig and minnow?" So the way Cody Huff explained it to me, if you're 10 foot or less, throw the hover because it's slow falling, and you're not reeling your butt off to keep it up. So it's hovering, it's doing its thing. You basically just fire it out there and kind of tight line it, and it's coasting down. Now, if they're deeper than 10 foot, then you'll throw the jig head minnow, whether it be the angler tungsten heads or whatever,
That's
with
a good
the
little
spunk
tip.
shad. And that way, you hit them, it falls straight down, and you can keep it on them while you're shaking and reeling.
That's a good tip. Yeah, these little guys are cute. I know you're not supposed to call things cute, but I think they're cute.
No, those are cute.
They're cute.
They're cute.
They're cute.
They look really cute on a
Little-
micro
Yeah,
football
yes.
or a micro jig.
Look at that.
This is what's this product? This
It's called
That's the
micro
micro D-bomb. Yeah, those are brand new.
D-bomb is going to be the bomb.
We have them in store already.
Yeah, they're in stock right now.
So,
And then the 3-inch spunk shads, you'll have these next week.
right, because I ordered them too,
And
yeah?
then the Robos are coming next week as well.
Awesome.
This also, look at this tail. Look at the action on that tail. This is a real deal. I mean, this is small. This is a small bait. This bait is very small. But boy, look at the tail, the action on tail.
You ought to put Ghostface on your live stream. So this is Lee Waddell, who played Ghostface in Scream 1 and 2.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Really?
No joke.
No joke.
I don't ever. I'm very gullible, so I try.
No, that's real.
Okay, so you were in Scream 1 and 2.
He was the
You
guy.
were the guy.
He killed Drew Barrymore.
You really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was random as heck, ain't it?
Hi, Lee Waddell.
Shane Myers.
You never know what.
We're alive, fishing the DMV. So what?
Excellent.
What brings you? Sorry, back to here. So what brings you to the missile booth in ICAST
So-
if you're an actor?
I've been throwing D-bombs before I even met John Cruz and Byron and the team. So, I'm a longtime fisherman, outdoorsman, and I'm a D-bomb guy. So that's what I started off with missile baits with, right? And I would expand it into, like, I throw a lot of their magic worms and great success on it. I love bass. I live down there in Texas. We're crazy about our bass down there, almost as crazy as Florida is. And so through a long time, through a long relationship, they invited me to come on down and hang out at ICAST this year. So it's really super fun.
That's
being
awesome.
Here.
Yeah.
And I had a great time in my stunt and acting career, and that was
Right.
fantastic. And then as I retired out, I got back into my passion of outdoors and fishing and hunting. And so this is a really fun event for me because I get
Yeah.
to come down here and do my passion, which is fishing and hanging out with all these cool people. What a great show, right?
Right? Absolutely.
And,
I know there's a lot of fun people here.
Yeah, and then and obviously a lot of people know me from my acting stuff. my
I mean,
stunt
honestly, I
stuff.
wouldn't recognize you from
Well,
not
good.
being
I like
in that
that,
movie.
right? I do like my autonomy.
Well, but if you had a mask on the whole
Well,
movie.
right, so I was hiding behind this
Yeah.
most of that time.
I know, that's so funny.
And,
I don't watch horror movies very much. I don't like to be scared. But I might have to
Thank you.
rewatch it.
Yes, please rewatch
I'll
it now.
rewatch it now.
And,
Excellent.
so that's how this whole relationship, one big
That's awesome. They're
happiness.
such great people. In
Yeah,
Missile. And Missile, that's the thing. They treat you like family.
Absolutely.
They treat everybody
Absolutely.
like family,
Yeah.
and they're out of Salem, and that's what we're from Virginia.
Yeah.
So that's how we officially, John's come by the stores a couple times, and
Yeah, they're great. It's such a great company to be a part of, right?
Mhm.
You know, and it's USA made, branded, made here, stays here.
Yep. And my husband and I talk about that all the time. We actually recently bought a car, and it was probably more than what we wanted to spend, but we liked the guy we bought it from. So we were like, you know what? You're doing a great job, so let's just do it. And
Right. Absolutely.
anyway,
So,
because when you deal with good people. But well, very nice to meet you.
it's a pleasure.
Thanks for talking.
Well, thanks for coming by and
All
checking
right.
out all of our new products.
Yeah,
right?
no, we love Missile. I already got all the stuff in store. So.
Oh yeah, you already you got all these in here already?
Not all the colors, I don't
Okay.
think, but I bought about 5 colors. Hopefully, you know, people can let me know. They always let me know what colors they want, and then I'll add to it.
Well, that's the great thing about, you know, our sport and our passion of fishing is that, you know, there's colors that work great in your neighborhood that down in my neighborhood down, you know, in East Texas, those bass won't even look at.
Yep.
But boy, we get up in your neck and they destroy them.
Right.
They go crazy.
Well, and these guys go to Erie and up to New York, and it's a whole different thing
It's a
too.
whole great.
So
And that's part of the great thing about fishing or what we do, right?
it's a small world now. Like everything's just gotten smaller.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of going to these different destinations. And even though we might be, you know, be doing smallies as compared to large, it's a whole different dynamic, whole different bait structure, a whole different tactic. And that's the fun part of fishing for me, is to go into those different places and learn some new tricks for the, you know, of the trade,
right?
And some new ideas. And so it's.
Well, we have a guy that works for us, and he pours jigs and does lead stuff. And we laugh because he used always the dinger forever. And then they came out with a TRD, and he's like, I've been doing that long, but he just marketed it. So
Yep, there you go. So good on him.
Yep. So all right, well, excellent.
Hey, thanks for coming by ICAST and hanging out with us over here at Missile Baits. We appreciate you. Check us out online or go check out Jake's. Get your good stuff, and we'll see you on the water.
Awesome.
Peace. We love you.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Good to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go Dirty over here.
Dirty Jigs right next to her. We'll
Yeah.
be dropping a short on that too. We talked to him yesterday.
Good, how are you? I saw you yesterday. You were sitting over there. Do you just like keep hopping back and forth? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
People love their dirty jigs. You're running out of that one. Never mind. Okay.
I'm thinking again, just there's so much to see, so many different people. Let's move on over here. We did do some shorts.
We're doing a live. They're going
shorts
around talking. They can hear me.
Dirty Jigs yesterday, so you'll be seeing those drop. We're just going to walk through here, Doc. Mr. Jordan Lee there. Again, we have a meeting set up with Scott Castleberry at noon here, but we'll just kind of walk through. I think part of this, guys, too, is for you just to see what's here. Like the edge boxes have been very popular. Jenny's got those in Jake's. Remember you are, Mike?
I am Mike's, yeah. Oh, those are cool. The new bags. Everybody's coming out with a bag.
And so it's just an idea. If you see, like, you see something here too, you're watching it and you see something that strikes your interest, it's something we need to get into Jake's. You know, you've heard me say before, I'd say 90% of what's in Jake's Bait and Tackle has come from customer recommendation. Obviously, we don't have enough room to carry every single thing.
Coolers now.
But that's the name of the game. We got to get in the shop what you want to throw.
There's the Berkeley tank.
Abu Garcia.
I talked to Cortland yesterday. They had some really good insight on fly reels and stuff for me, and some line.
Pen's been a popular saltwater brand, obviously. Kind of a no-brainer. Here's your trout line.
Is your dad baby? Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even know who your dad is. Who's your dad?
My dad is baby.
What's the name of your show?
Yeah, I'm one of those
Terrible
people that I'm
fishing.
just here
What's the
because I
name
have
of
to
your
be.
I'm here because I want to be.
Oh, there you go. Good job.
Check these out, Doc.
That's nice. Oh, look at those. Those are cute. Those are cool.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of that stuff is for relaxing.
Check these crawls out, Doc.
Hey, how's it going?
Talk about those. Let me mic you up real quick. Are you live doing what you're doing, or you got a second?
No. Oh, you can go ahead.
How y'all doing?
Oh, they're the Waddles.
How y'all doing? Devin Banks here at the
Got
Berkeley
photos of
booth, and this is the new from Berkeley. This is the
Do you like that?
Croix.
Everybody's like, oh.
Berkeley did a lot of experimentation with this, really dug into the science of crustaceans and how they look and how they react in the water. Me being a professional angler coming from Lake St. Clair, this is perfect for me. Actually, we were on Lake St. Clair and we were catching fish that were regurgitating crawls that look just like this. And one thing about this platter crawl is that within the claws of the bait, we have chambers, rattle chambers. I don't know if you can hear that there, but we have rattle chambers that are able to get these fish to react and strike. So these are going to be some baits that, especially on the Great Lakes, are going to catch some real big smallmouth. You'll be able to throw this in the bed and really aggravate those fish. And when they get to those times in the summer when they're in their summer haunts and they're in 18, 20 feet of water, be able to cast this out and work it almost like a Texas ring and just drag it back over those rocks until you get that big thump, that strike. So look out for the new Berkeley platter crawl. It's going to be a game changer when it comes to catching fish and how it looks with the crayfish imitation. So check that out. Coming to you soon.
They're saying those crayfish are making that noise when they're swimming. They're kind of making that clacking noise. So
exactly.
That's pretty cool.
So
yeah, Scott was telling us about. Scott was up at Jake's Bait and Tackle not too long ago, and he was showing these. And
it's a freaky deal, man.
Definitely something we're going to get in stock. So how are you? Are you? I guess there's a combination too between slow dragging it, but also swimming it.
You can do a little bit of both. More like it's just like when I'm throwing the tube back home very, very aggressively, I'm hopping it. I'm popping it. If I can find it real quick, it's gonna freak you guys out. Like I said, I had I was catching smallmouth last week.
Where's this?
That was Lake St. Clair.
Look at these smallmouth, Doc.
Yep. I can find it. Oh, those ain't nothing.
Oh my!
That was a couple days prior.
And so you've been fishing. You've had this in your hands for a while.
Yeah.
That's what we've been telling people. Like you guys have been fishing for a while.
So
before we ever get it,
that's what I'm talking about. Look at that right there.
Yep, that's exact color.
Exact color right there. Got a little bit of green pumpkin. Got that red in there.
Yeah. This is what he was using.
Yep. That's what they were regurgitating in my life.
This is regurgitated crawdad.
Yep.
That's what he was using.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. So you're talking about matching the hatch.
That's right.
That's it right there, baby.
That's right. We're gonna get some of these in.
Yep.
These are new swim baits.
So we had the cold shad last year. Now we have the unrigged cold shads. We have a 5-inch and we have a 6-inch version. And you can rig this a variety of ways. You can put it on a regular standard jig head. You want to go weedless, you can put it on a belly hook. And we got a variety of colors, but the cold shad is just one of those swim baits that if you love the chuck and wind and cover a lot of water, fish are going to strike the swim bait. That's one of my deals. I love to cover a lot of water, whether it's with a jerk bait, a spinner bait, but definitely when they're on a bait fish bite, this is going to be the deal, especially around cover now, where you're going to be able to rig it weedless.
Good stuff. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Great smallmouth.
Oh,
you
man.
see Doc he started twitching a little bit. He's getting excited. Hard to beat that smallmouth. Let's slip. That's right. That's right. Let's slip back over here to Dirty Jigs because Thomas had a big yes on that before we keep moving on. And again, we'll drop a short on Dirty Jigs here soon too. How's it going? Do you talk to the Dirty Jigs at all or no?
Do I talk to you?
Yeah, you throwing the Dirty Jig? Yeah. Can you talk to it on live real quick? Yeah, we're just on live stream and just
live action.
We got a request for the Dirty Jig.
Which
what
one?
you like to throw, how you throw it, where you throw it, how you're working it.
So these are my two favorites. This is the Dirty Jig No Jack swim jig. It's got a gaff in it. It's a braided line swim jig. You can throw it on braid. You're never going to bend it out. Not going to roll the point. A great jig. The head comes through grass really good. Pad grass, bank grass, all that stuff. And the other jig that I always have tied on no matter what is the compact jig. Normally have a 3/8 ounce tied on. It's a really small profile jig. It just gets bit. You can throw it, cast it at something, you can flip it on a cut bank, whatever. It's just a good all around jig. Doesn't have a great big hook, so whenever you have a long cast, you still get bit or still get hook penetration. But those are my two favorite dirty jigs.
Thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate you. Very thanks. Let's roll back this way, Doc.
It's nice to have these people just really talk with you.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's one thing we talked about, Doc. You know,
they just enjoy telling about fishing, and
they're like you and I. They love fishing just as much as we do, and like you say, talking about fishing and.
Yep. It's amazing of the manufacturers that you really never hear of.
Oh yeah,
and you see
there's a lot of obviously the big names
we don't hear of routinely
right.
Anyway. We're coming up on Jackal.
Yesterday about Jackal, and had a great conversation with them. So let's bring you into this. We're back with Fishing DMV Live. We're live right now. And if you can maybe talk about your new Jackal bait here and what you had over here.
All right, so new for this year. It's not a new product, but just new colors for our Jackal riser. Some highly, now this one's stuck. Let me grab this one. So highly requested colors. This is one straight from Japan, and this one here, chrome, is specific to the U.S. market, so not even available in Japan. So I think this one's going to be one of the more popular colors that we're going to have here now. As far as something else new, it's a new counterback spoon. So typical spoons are flutter spoons, but this is designed to go backsliding instead. So rather than fluttering on a fall, it's going to go backwards away from you. So this comes with an asymmetrical design. 6 beautiful colors designed by Elite Pro, who's won 2 tournaments already, and it's a very first year. So yeah, 6 colors available for $15.99. And a popular bait right now is here that came out last March, the Jackal Drift Fry. So obviously forward-facing sonar is extremely popular. This is a bait perfect for that mid-strolling, hover-strolling technique. Here has a lip here, which is very unique. This actually slows down your bait when you're strolling. So rather than when you're reeling it in, it's going to move too fast. It catches water, so it's rolling better in place. Also helps the tail kick. And also what's unique to this bait, there's 2 channels here, and one on the lip, you can see a hole there, and the one on top. But the hole here is to add a nail weight when you're hover strolling. The one on top is when you're mid strolling, that's where you're going to feed your hook through. That way you know you're dead center, and it's going to swim perfect. So available in 2 sizes, this 4-inch and this 5.2 inch. So the 5.2 inch is a more lifelike material. It's softer. So because it's bigger, we want it to have a little bit more action. So softer right here. But Jackal Drift Fry, 5.2 mellow, and Drift Fry 4-inch. One of the hottest baits right now in the market.
It's good stuff. Thanks for the tips.
No problem.
Intel. There's so many little intricacies with this stuff.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So the same features are on the top, on the bigger one too. The hole right here.
And we've said before, it's not good enough just to sell something. You know, to be able to know how to throw it, where to throw it, like how to add the nail weights, different things like that. So great stuff. Thank you. Appreciate you.
These available? They are. They're sold out right now, but there's going to be a big shipment coming in early August.
Look, that's a good pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. This won the Elite Series in Toledo Bend earlier this year.
I want to try it.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Oh, you're
Thanks
welcome.
again.
And how do you do that?
Appreciate you.
Number 2, Fishing the DMV has big plans for the future, but to get there, I need your help. We are only 2 Patreon supporters away from achieving our next major milestone. For $6 a month, which is less than a pack of Senkos or a jackhammer chatterbait, all Patreon members will receive 5% off their orders to Jake's Bait and Tackle, 20% off their orders to Shallow Water Fishing Adventures Tackle, 10% off their orders to Tiger Crankbaits, 10% off their orders to Catoctin Creek Rods. You'll also gain access to membership-only content, our private Patreon members-only Facebook group, and so much more. Again, we are only 2 Patreon subscribers from hitting this next major milestone, and we will announce where and when our Patreon members only meetup will be. It's going to be a massive event with a ton of fishing guides, and it'll be completely free to all Patreon supporters. Link in the episode description. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's do that because I do too. What do you think? Go towards the front here, Doc. Had a good conversation there with Bait Fuel yesterday. Yeah. So we had a good conversation yesterday with Bait Fuel.
Great product review of their new products yesterday. Big thing about the kayak industry, I noticed, is a lot of the inflatables this year.
Oh,
was, tremendous.
You go ahead and switch. Got the Minn Kota Humminbird. One thing we'll catch too, guys, on the second hour is we'll take a little break in between, but during the second hour, we'll go through the new product showcase, and that's just where all the new product is displayed in one area. Man, Doc, and pass it off to him for a second. Hey, Doc. Here's the mic. Right back.
Yes. Used to be a turn
All right, there we go, guys. So they're going to be taking a quick
Just a lot of-
restroom break. They're going to be taking a quick little restroom break here, and then we're going to be going to, back to the thing. Back to the thing. Sorry, my brain is not working this morning. I do apologize. This is the goal right here. So we are going to be going to a commercial break so they can go to the restroom. I'll just pop the commercial in, and then we'll be going back out there again. We have a couple of questions there. DMV must have hit their Patreon goal. We are getting extremely close. I think we got 2 or 3 more members because when I announced that we were super close, 2 people canceled their membership immediately, which, yeah, it sucks. It sucks that happened, so it kind of dropped us back down before we hit our goal again, but we are really close. That way, we will be giving away free merchandise to everyone that's a Patreon member. We're also going to have apparel, stickers, deck carpet decals at our Patreon get-together. So what will happen once I hit my milestone, once we hit our milestone of 150 Patreon supporters, I'll be putting the order out for all this merch and stuff that only you guys can get. We will have a meet and greet day scheduled in August. I'm going to have a bunch of guides and people come out. Food will be there, drinks, all paid for by Fishing the DMV to say thank you. And then you'll have the ability to go get whatever you want, shirt wise, stickers. That's all free, by the way. I'm going to be handing it out to you guys for free for the people that show up. So it's going to be a big deal. Again, it was only like two people that canceled real quick. Not that big a deal. It happens. Maybe something happened financially with them. No big deal, but we are very close. But yeah, so then, yeah, stickers and all that stuff is going to be coming. So big thing. And then we can also start saving up for that live view. So when we do these expos, it's going to be a lot cleaner. So anyway, you're probably done with listening to me just rambling like a lunatic. So I'll bring back to the action. Oop. There we go.
So for fly anglers as well, they've added this last year. Some fly fishing lines, fly rods, fly tying material.
Just a whole major section of this.
You know, it's too interesting too. 2 things on the fly fishing. You just heard the last gentleman talk about matching the hatch. That's a fly term. You guys casting here. And then Bill Steamatel talking about, you know, his experience with fly fishing patterns. Just really too, again, just honestly fish behavior. These species of fish we're chasing after are a little bit different species, but they're all having to eat. Hey, let's talk. I'm glad we're here. Let's talk Douglas. Gonna get Jake here mic'd up. He's got an Era rod. You got a second, Jake? What's going on, buddy? We're live actually right now. It's running live, and we're bringing Jake, they dropped off 2 rods, the Era rod line. Guys are really liking it back home. So we're going to put an order in for those. Since we're on here now, if you can kind of talk about that line and other things that you have here at Douglas.
Yeah, definitely. So the rods that Jared just mentioned, the Eras, those are new to us over this past year. And, you know, you get that boutique feel of a high-end rod at an entry-level price point.
$99, I think.
$99,
right?
correct, correct. And then, you know, our warranty policy with those guys is if you run into an issue with that rod, we'll be able to get a whole new rod to you. You have an accident with it, like you slam it in your car door by accident, it'll just be $50 right to you.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. And then, just like the conventional rods, we have Era fly rods, which I showed to you guys last time I stopped in.
Yep.
For $150 for a fly rod, warranty policy is $45 for a new section if you have an accidental break. And again, we'll ship it right to you guys, or you can go stop in at Jake's and pick them up from Jared.
Do you have that line here? Or?
Yes, we do, right over here.
Check it out.
So right here is the Douglas Era 5-weight. So 9-foot 5-weight rod, right down the middle. You know, great rod to get yourself into fly fishing. Forgiving enough where, you know, for an entry-level person, it's nice and easy to learn with. But it's not so forgiving where you're going to develop a poor cast with it. So that's really what we strove for with this rod, is to give people a great way to get into the sport at a reasonable price point with a rod that's going to last you long enough to where when you're ready to take the next step up to a higher end rod, you have another one that you can pass on to, you know, your younger sibling, your family member, or you just have your spare in the car that's your old reliable.
That's right.
So the Eras come in a 4, 5, 6, and 8-weight. I actually just spoke with Jenny, so you guys are going to be picking those up as well. But, you know, the 5 and 4-weight are ultimate trout rods. Any trout stream, you know, anywhere in the country, a 4 and a 5-weight is going to do you very good. And that 8-weight rod, totally saltwater ready. So if you want to take a trip down to here in Florida, fish the coast all the way up through New England, all the way down, it's ready to go handle some striped bass, redfish, baby tarpon. Excellent for that. But my favorite thing to target with that Era 8-weight is smallmouth. The fight of a smallmouth on a fly rod is it'll change it.
Guys, if you haven't done that on the river, I mean, obviously the traditional, you know, spinning tackle stuff is fun, but, you know, a fly rod with a small little, you know, deer hair caddis or something on top, elk hair caddis, or anything, popper, little poppers.
Exactly.
I mean, you catching that smallmouth, it's a whole different experience.
It's a different game.
But it's fun, especially this time of year too. This is a great time of year for us. You know, August, summer months, you know, when you get in and wade, you know, get in around the rapids and drift those things down through there. And you're right, it's a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Here, let's show you one of the Era spinning rods real quick. So, this is our 704F. So 7-foot, medium power, fast tip. So this is for your jerk baits, your Senkos, mostly hard baits. And again, you know, you get that boutique feel in the rod, but at an entry-level price point. So as you can see, we went with the exposed blank on the grip just to give you the maximum amount of sensitivity possible. So you're going to feel every single bite that comes with this rod. We also stick our hook keepers down here on the bottom of the handle so that, you know, if you're keeping it in a boat rod locker, your bait's not getting tangled up in your rod sock. And it's great for drop shot weights. So even though this is a jerkbait rod, you can definitely run a drop shot on it and just stick your weight through there. You're ready to go. You're buttoned up. But again, you know, for $100 for any of the Era models, that's spinning and casting, if you picked up all 6, you're ready to go in any tournament in the United States.
Very good. You got a bait caster line too?
Yes, we do. Right here. So this is our 7'1" 5 power, so heavier action on this guy, and again, a faster tip. But this is your chatterbait Texas rig style rod. So for a little bit heavier applications, generally, you know, anything jig related, this rod will be a good choice for you. So as you can see, you know, same coloration. Hook keepers up here now, since we're not running drop shots on a casting rod, which this rod would be capable of it, that's for sure, but not the dedicated purpose. So in this line, there are 4 casting rods. So this is your 704M, so 7 foot flat, 4 power, medium tip. So this is for your chatterbaits and that kind of thing. But, or underspins and crankbaits, I'm sorry, this is your chatterbait rod. So, you know, like I was saying, with that whole era lineup, you've got your bases completely covered. You're able to fish any tournament in the U.S. effectively with those rods at any point. And then for your, you know, recreational weekend warrior guys, it's just a great rod to have in the boat. You're not breaking the bank on yourself, and you have something that's reliable.
That's right. Good stuff. Like I say, we have a couple samples there, and they've been, you know, people like them. I think we're going to get them in. Probably already have some of them sold. So we thank you. Appreciate it. Good
Anytime,
seeing you.
Jared.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Of course.
Good luck.
Have fun, guys.
So sorry.
Yeah, you made a good point. You know, not breaking the bank.
Yeah.
Sometimes on
Oh,
these
absolutely.
rods is,
well, as you can see, you know, I always say too, Ford, Chevy, Dodge. I mean, it's everybody's got their personal preference, but there's so much in the market. It's kind of saturated, if you will. But the nice thing, you come in, there is some variety. You know, customer preference, customer choices matter, and
you know,
you can never have too many rods, can you, Doc?
Oh, can never. And you know, having actually, you know, handled that rod yesterday, it is. It's a good feeling little rod. And as he said, you know, $600 you can cover the whole gamut.
That's right. Yep.
Some of these other rods, you get 1 or 2 rods for that price, you know.
Swing back over to bait fuel.
As you can see, we're just going down, around, and through all these aisles. I still think there's aisles that in 2 days we've actually not gone down at this point.
So bait fuel.
There's the bourbon truck where you get the bourbon in the evening.
So this line right here, Doc, the Snag-proof, is actually a really cool design. And for the popper, zoo pop right here, notice how the hooks are turned up. On the zoo pup is going to be a walk the dog type of zero spook action. And you know, for the grass guys, that's going to be a good way to throw a spook action. Sorry, excuse me. There's your zoo pup, just like a popper, just like your spook. Notice how the hooks are turned up. For that Potomac River, heavy matted grass.
You get him to tell us about
Let's go out here to the new product. Got the new product line here. They're doing everything they can. You really want to do
St. Croix is here.
Yeah, we had a great discussion, Doc, with St. Croix yesterday. Getty, just tell us a little bit about your experience with Getty.
Oh, it was wonderful. Getty, he's been with St. Croix 42 years. He's like obviously an icon or company. And what a education on producing rods he provided us. We just kind of, I always kind of took it for granted. They've got the blanks and let's roll with it and put the eyes on it, let's go. But he went through each layer of making these rods and explained what each layer actually produced in the function of the rod. And boy, it was great.
Just a wealth of knowledge, was it not?
Oh, it was like
anytime you're in the industry that long,
it was great. Really enjoyed it, and I will say, St. Croix's got a couple new rods lines out that I was very impressed with the sensitivity on. I guess the newest one was the Physics, if I'm not mistaken. It's down through here, may grab it up, but yeah, it's obviously these are higher dollar rods, but after talking with Getty, I really understand why that's the case.
So Billy, we see your question here. If you want to shoot the question again, we'll try to get it answered. Another thing too, Doc, you were talking about like the 7 too. That reel on the water, you got a chance to cast that bait caster 7 reel, and with just a small flip of the wrist, that thing sailed across the pond.
I think they've really hit home with the line of reels, the 7 line, and this the new line off the 7 line. Yes, it's just bait caster. I mean, literally flick of the wrist.
Yeah, just to basically get everything figured out. I have all of my stuff at HQ up in Maryland. I sent 90% of my technology down to Florida so we can stream this to the base. He has a phone in his ear, the guy that has the camera right now. And so all the questions that you have, the good ones, I will text him, send to him, or post it on the screen to make sure he gets that answered. That way it's kind of as smooth as possible. For Billy here, we do have a really, really good question, which is, can you visit Joe's fly booth? And thank you for answering me. Absolutely. Joe's fly booth we'll be getting to. I will make sure I text him to do that. He doesn't answer the comment section, just features them. Yeah, like it's really hard with this setup right now to try to get a hold of him constantly. But what we'll do is we have a second stream this afternoon. I think it's starting around 1 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. And what we'll do is we will gather all the comments from this stream, booths and suggestions, because you have to understand this place is massive. It's like 6 football fields. So we try to compile the places we go to. Like this is one section and we'll do another section later. So we're not bouncing and making these poor guys that are, not spring chickens walk 10,000 miles and drop dead, because they're really good cameramen and I really don't want to kill them. Anyway, you don't want to hear me. I'll go back to the action.
Doc. Those reels we were talking about.
So if I can get the name of it. Yes, yes. Yeah, this is that reel I was talking about. This is that 811. This is the GS model. I think this went in about $200, right at $190 bucks. This reel's, I'm telling you, it's.
Let me mute there, Mike. I just checked with Jenny, who's basically the mastermind down there.
Very smooth.
Megabass does not go to this thing. Megabass is not at
very easy
ICAST
to
this year.
cast.
For the person that asked that, I
Had a
think
good
it was
braking
DMV
system.
Fishing and Hunting. Megabass is not there for some reason.
I was
That's
very
their
impressed
issue.
with that reel.
Jenny is
the
actually
higher
at
level
Joe's Fly Shop, which is
reel.
947.
This
So
is
I'll
that
make
other
sure I
series,
get that to Jared. I just texted him that anyway.
GF series.
Let's see.
And
Probably lose
boy,
about 50
once
pounds
again,
walking
this is,
around in there
you know,
anyway. Dude, it is a
off
lot of
the reel.
freaking walking that
This
you
is
got to
one
do.
I
I did
think's
this 2
coming in
years ago when I
in combo
had the financial means to
set
do it. And
with,
if you
on the
don't
rods.
organize the booths you go
He said
to,
it
you
goes for
just
about
would drop dead.
$200 for a combo,
Let's
and it's,
see. Other questions.
good
Billy
reel.
is a
Also,
big Joe's Fly guy. I have purchased from Billy.
really
Awesome
easy to
sauce.
use.
Guys, please hit that like
Casts
button and
very
share this out.
well.
It helps. I'll let you
The
get back to
spinning reel.
what they're
This
talking
is the
about.
7 spinning reels. This is the GF and the GS series. And personally, you know, I think that obviously the GF series is a little more expensive, but it's a really nice reel. Cast, very good castability. In reference to out on the water the other day, and very smooth action. You know, so this is the St. Croix line of reels. Very impressed. You ever had that one rod? You see it, the physics rod? You remember where that was?
Oh, they're over here, I think. Right here. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this was the high end, I think you said, Doc, right?
The high end?
Yeah.
The highest end? The highest end's over here in
Okay.
Legend Extreme.
Legend Extreme, okay.
Yeah, this physics came out last year.
That's right.
This SC4 Plus, same blank as the Legend Tournament Bass and Walleye, the blue one.
Nice.
This physics is it was an awesome rod. When you talk about light and sensitivity, it's very impressive. Obviously, this is a more expensive rod, but I can't believe how lightweight these rods are.
All right, we got a request, Doc, for Joe's Flies. We're going to head back there now.
All right.
And hey, Getty. Hey, man. We're going to head back to that Joe's Flies request right now. So how much time we got? 20 minutes? All right, cool. I like it. Yeah, just for the viewers at home to understand too, just how massive this building is. And so we hear your requests. we're trying to get to them. It's so large, it's hard to. We've got a map as well, but just to get from one end of the building, like Doc was saying, this is been down here since Tuesday. Walked all day yesterday, and we still didn't see it all.
Another 5 miles in here yesterday.
We got 5 miles in yesterday, 8 miles the first day. Walked 5 miles yesterday, so just bear with us as we try to bring it to you and get your questions answered. I know we're in the general area now with Joe's Flies.
I think it's on the other side.
I just heard the name. Here we go. So there Jenny is. We found them.
Joe's Flies.
Yeah, they're doing a live broadcast.
You want on?
This is Joe Fly.
This is Joe.
No.
This is Josh.
Joe passed away.
Joe passed away.
I'm Josh. So
Hi,
Josh is
Jared.
now the new owner of the company.
You good to talk? Talk about the product?
About my product?
Yeah, we'll just talk. How about
We'll just talk.
that? We've been
Show
doing
us
a
what
great
you got.
talking.
Just show us what you got.
Show us what you got.
Like the new colors that you're coming out with.
This one here, she's
Well, you guys got it
I'm a
sophisticated, don't you?
We're not. Trust me. We try to be.
All right, well.
But so Joe Flies is back in action. Well,
Joe's
it
Flies
never
is-
went away.
Yeah, never really went away, but we're back in action. I don't know if you guys carry the 1/8 ounce. I can't remember.
Yeah, no, I have a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some of the Super Striker.
So the 1/8 ounce, of course, it's back 12 patterns. We actually offer it in 43 patterns, but we only list 12 of them on the price sheet.
So then they came out with these things too, which I think are sweet.
Came out with the just the individual back spinners that you can change, put whatever fly you want to on them. They're available in 6 different sizes, 8 to 16 quarters.
Yeah. And I was telling Josh, a lot of people were disappointed because we were having trouble getting the silver blade, the nickel blade. But we will start. I'll see if we'll reach out to get those back in with them.
Start time the new. We haven't named this fly yet. We've been calling it Joe Fly Orange.
Yeah.
You get
the
creamsicle,
juice.
Tennessee, orange juice.
Oh.
I mean, we put it out on Facebook and we got so many different names. Now we don't know what to name.
Now you don't know what to do.
Creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
You know. So, and this is the quarter
Call
ounce
it the
line.
volunteer.
Yeah, that's one of the names.
There you go.
And then all these are also available in silver as well.
Yeah. And the 16th ounce Super Striker. Because I know near us, you guys are Old Faithful. Clarksburg, West Virginia.
Harrisburg, West Virginia. Yep.
And it looks like you've got some multi-packs now.
Yep.
You like this? You got... Very cool.
And then we'll be expanding into some other things. We got some soft plastics and stuff coming out.
Okay.
We just didn't have them in time for the show.
They look good. I'm glad you guys made it back to the show. You got Acme Tackle scoping you guys out.
Yeah, right.
These guys are legit.
Oh, thanks.
No, these guys, not. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all are good too. These are country boys that just throw things together and learn how to fish.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they look good. Well, thanks, Josh.
Not a problem.
So I'll reach out to you and we'll
Yeah, just like we
go
normally
back
have.
to back to
Back
business.
to business.
Love it.
Back to business. Back to business.
Thanks. There's some kayaks behind the wilderness kayaks. All right, thank you. Best boat and watercraft, wilderness.
So what we see here too, Doc, for those that may not be familiar, so 2024, so all we talk about best in show, best in class. So this is best boat in watercraft. It's
Just
a
want to say,
category,
Brandon, thank
and
you
they
so much
were
for that
a
comment. You
show
really didn't
winner. Now
need to
that
do
is
that.
voted on
Fishing
upon
DMV is the shit. This isn't
all
his
the attendees
full-time
here
job,
at
and he
the
puts
show.
out more content
They
than
voted
most
on it
full-time
yesterday.
YouTubers.
Everybody
And out
cast
of
their
his own
vote,
pocket,
and
yeah,
then
like I
we'll
don't.
tally
Richie doesn't pay
those.
me shit.
They
I
got
don't have these billion-dollar sponsors.
winners of each category. Then they do an overall best in
that
show
means
as
a lot.
well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll stop
And
talking.
again, during the second hour, we'll go ahead and go through that area. And just kind of, it's all in one location. So it's a good way just to see it all.
So I wanted to show you guys. I talked to these guys just a minute ago. So I'm thinking about reaching out to them. It's Post Fly because we've been talking about expanding our flies, and they have these great little kits. So they have like accessories. The really cool thing, we actually have one of these in the store. We're doing a live right now. So I was just like, no, you're fine. You can hang out. So we have one of these inside. They are like, it's got a bunch of stuff in it. But the cool thing that I like, oh here, look, there's one that's maybe, is this got stuff in it? So that's what the box you'll find. The trout fly fishing kit. It's got some like little streamers in it. So that's what we have in the store right now. But what I want to look into getting are these learn to fly fish boxes. They've got everything, and they also have videos that you can go to, and they'll show you how to tie, mend, do all these things. So I'm thinking about getting some of these in. So it's learn to fly fish. They've got a guidebook that shows you everything you need to know, because we have a lot of new customers that come in and they want to learn how to fly fish, don't know where to go. I thought this was kind of cool too. Knot tying practice kit. It's got paracord, some stuff, so to teach you how to do it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Guys, I just want to throw into, I want to bring all that together.
Thanks,
so, you've got the fly fishing. We think of trout. We talked about fly fishing for smallmouth. Then you got your spin cast or bait cast. You got your power fishermen throwing big, swim baits and such. They work. But then you got a hybrid of all this. I can't tell you how many times I've tied marabou to say a Ned rig hook, for example, and guys are taking up the Susquehanna and they're catching big smallmouth with this marabou. They tied to a hook that they would put a Ned rig on. And so when you can learn, and a lot of these guys in too, I would tie them for them and we'd sell them to them, and then they learn to tie themselves. Okay, so now they're tying the different hair and different things to materials to it, and they're creating bass bugs, smallmouth flies, if you will, and they're putting them on the spinning reel, and they're going out and catching fish. And so Thomas says time and time again, we're very tribal in our species of fish that we're going after, and the techniques that we're using and the tackle that we're using. But there's also this hybrid thing that if you can get into that, and I'm not saying you put down those other rods, everybody loves the power fish, but that finesse fishing, and then when you can learn this aspect of it, if you so choose, it's kind of fun. It's not as hard as it looks. There's just a couple, skills that you need to learn. The knots are probably the most difficult, but once you learn that, you can be very creative with it, and it will help you catch fish. And sometimes you catch fish when others can't. And so there's just a combination of that. Again, not everybody's doing it, but don't be, I don't want to say narrow-minded, but you can. It's very broad. If you can pull all that together, it might allow you to be a better fisherman.
So I wanted to show you guys something else. I got a mic. I'm good. So I stopped by Douglas already.
Yeah, we hit Douglas already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
oh, no, mind.
Jake. Yep, we talked to Jake.
I placed an order for their Era line.
You did say you were by and did that.
I did that. So
we can bang a left up here.
Yep. So that's
got
good.
about 15 minutes, 20 minutes left, I think.
They already
the
sold
Crappie
my
magnets
hangout.
are pretty good too. I think
Yeah, no, we got
a bit of that stuff.
So these are ones. So let me know what you think. I'm thinking about getting them. They've had them out for a year or so. They're saying they're hot. Let's see what we got. They're these eye hole hooks. So apparently they sell really great. And then you can take these slab bites, which are scented, and you stuff it inside there. and you have a scented hook. So they say they really do great at other stores like Bass Pro. They sell it down, and they have different sizes. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool idea. And they say it works really well. So yeah, you get scented crappie bites and stuff, different sizes. I don't know. Like we always say, all this stuff will work. Question is,
Yeah, I need to go back and say, not about not being narrow-minded so much as just broadening your spectrum, broadening your tackle box, if you will, as far as what you can throw. It's kind of like your power fish to be able to drop shot, go with the finesse rig. The more you can do, the better you'll be.
we need investors so I can get a better store, so I can be a boat dealer, Doc.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
Need more space.
More space.
More square footage as it continues to grow.
Those are cool. Oh, we lost Doc. Beat down outdoors.
Set fighter. There's a man too that'll tell you about fishing with flies and. See if I can grab it real quick. You got a quick second, Seth? I was just, we're Jake's Bait and Tackle and Fishing the DMV. We're live right now. We were just talking about fly fishing and just how you can have a crossover. It's not just for fly fishing for trout.
Yeah.
And I know you won a lot of money off of that type of material.
Yeah, basically a woolly bugger.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it works, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it catches everything.
I was just saying too how we're into power fishing and just we can do that, and there's a time and place for that, or the big baits, but there's also a place for that other material, and if you can,
especially with smallmouth.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it seems like big largemouths, they want to eat a big meal, but something about smallmouths, they'll eat especially if there's a good mayfly hatch. So a 6-pound smallmouth will just sit bugs all day.
Yeah.
Where I don't really see big largemouth doing that.
Yeah.
But smallmouth definitely do. Yeah.
But they'll sit probably pounds of that stuff.
Oh yeah. You hook them and they shake their head and it's just
they're coming out.
Flies everywhere.
And we don't think about that. That's the other thing about trout guys too, is they're looking at the entomology as far as what they're eating down in that ecosystem. We know they're eating crayfish. We know they're eating bait fish. Yeah. But this is something else that they're eating that we don't think about.
Oh yeah.
But if they can downsize a little bit, put that spinning rod in their hand, it can pay off.
Oh yeah.
So again, you've shown that. Articles written on you.
Killer way to catch them. Yeah. Fish fly hatches or mayfly hatches.
Yep.
It's pretty deadly on the smallmouth.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Where are you headed next?
Home.
Home. All right. Very good. You'll be glad to get home, won't you? There you go. See ya. Smallmouth guy there, Doc. Yeah, and that's just an example.
Yeah, right there.
Hair jigs. Big old pup here. You gonna fetch after something?
Service dog here.
Oh, that's the right here. He's save.
Nice looking dog.
Oh.
Good.
Here's this example. Reel maker I'm not familiar at all with, but obviously go into goes in from salt water and fresh water, the whole gambit here.
Yep. How are you doing? So this was something too, real quick. I don't see him in here, but Tyler with Fish Hawk. If you don't follow Fish Hawk on social media, you need to be.
Dark Matter Fishing. That has
got
some really nice rods for the price
right
too.
Here.
Yeah.
So Fish Hawk, follow him on YouTube. Guys, he's trout fishing with a spinning rod. Hey, Jimmy Lee. Got another one here, guys. This is what I love to do about ICAST. You got these guys from hometown. put that on here so I don't. Jimmy Lee Armel right here, my man.
What's going on,
What's
Coach
up, buddy?
How are you?
James Woodgrad right here.
That's right.
Veteran. Thank you for your service.
My pleasure.
Man's doing great things. You're down here with
Starbright. Yep, that's right. Starbright and Fins down here hanging out with them for ICAST 2024.
That's right. And doing great things too with Adam Backham. You guys connected, and I knew you guys would connect and you'd hit it off. And you're gonna be doing a combat vet tournament.
That's right.
In September at Lake Anna.
With Jake's Bait and Tackle.
Jake's Bait and Tackle. That's right. Yeah, and we're looking for boat captains. We got the flyer out. It's gonna be in September, and I think we said 7 to 11. And love Adam. He's gonna pull a lot of great stuff together. It's getting the combat vets on the boat, letting them fish. Getting them on the water fishing. It's about the experience, right?
No, that's what it's all about.
Out in Mother Nature. And I see your videos. And he's down in Tybee Island, Georgia. And follow him on Jimmy Lee Armel. Follow him on social media.
Not Lucky with spelled like a shoe knot, Knot Lucky. And we're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9 yards. So if you search that or Jimmy Lee Armel, you'll find us.
And what I love is when I see his face pop up and you're on that boat and you're flying out, and how fast you're going, 40 mile an hour, whatever. The wind's blowing. He's got that big smile on his face, and he's loving life because he's going out, in your happy place.
Yeah, it's definitely been very therapeutic. Got me through a lot of bad times. Saw a lot of gaps in mental health care for veterans.
Right.
So decided to fill that gap with what we're doing, and it's going great.
Talk about that a little bit, because guys, again, I can't stress enough just how, and I can't relate to this because I haven't done this, but you've been there. We talk about freedom in our country. It's guys like you that have helped protect that here, so we can enjoy what we're doing. And you are you're passionate about it. But just tell everybody at home right now, because there might be somebody out there listening too that's going through the same sort of thing. But what are you going through right now? What are you experiencing? What are you trying to do?
Well, I separated in 2016. I was physically dependent on booze, lost my identity as an Army Ranger, and really went down a dark path. Suicide was very close. My dog stopped me, so thankful for that. But now, it's like the more we learn, and I've learned a lot in my healing journey.
That's right.
And then helping these guys, I've learned a lot as well. And there's all different kinds of vets, right? So you have people that have been to combat and things in combat mess them up. Then you have people that went to combat and then not being able to go back to combat. That's what messes them up. And that's me and quite a few of my friends. So it's all different issues. And one thing that I actually learned, Jared, is that there's also a lot of issues with people that never deployed. And that's something that I didn't have experience with. I'd been a gunfighter since day one. I'd never did anything else in the military. And then a good buddy of mine, Dan Minga, is at Fort Stewart. I went to Iraq with him. He's at a non-deployable unit now. He's been coming on the boat, and he's been educating me on a lot of these issues that can have similar effects as combat. Maybe not quite as intense, but its own set of issues that need addressed. So right now we're just trying to fill those gaps. We're here to we've done everything from getting people that were very, suicidal. We've gotten them into inpatient health. We get them in proper counseling. I actually moved a vet that would have been otherwise homeless. I moved them into my home with me. So we do a little bit of everything. We always say fishing's the front door, and everybody out there, I don't care what trauma it is. If you are going through something and your thoughts are getting very dark and it's not just a bad day, we all have bad days, reach out to somebody. You can reach out to me. I'm probably just going to help you find somewhere else to get directed to because I understand the veteran, and more specifically the combat veteran. That's more my specialty. But please reach out. If you feel more comfortable reaching out to me, even if you're not a vet, please do. If you're a vet, by all means, reach out. No matter where you're at geographically, if you're coming through Savannah and you're a veteran, hit me up. We take you out free of charge. There's nothing else. So, and then if you're combat vet, like a gunfighter, direct action, that's where the white shark tagging comes in, and during the winter time. So if that's something that interests you and you've been in direct action combat, you can come visit us during the winter and maybe get a chance to pet a white shark.
That's so awesome. I'm going to show you this right here so you guys can find him. And you're just doing so many great things, man. And
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Making a
My
difference.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're making a difference, my friend.
Trying to.
So, you having a good time down here at ICAST?
Yeah. Been hanging out, and then
what's ICAST to you?
Wow. You know what?
Been coming.
This is my 6th ICAST.
Okay.
This is my 6th ICAST. First and foremost, ICAST to me is spending time with my Starbright family.
That's right.
I have developed such a relationship with those guys. Greg, who was the one who sold it to One Water, the president of the company, he and I are as thick as thieves, man. We're super close. He's helped me get through a lot. And then the whole Starbright team, it's a small company, numbers wise. They do big things. So that's the biggest part for me, believe it or not. It is. And it's like, the people I've met over the years, Chris Chossett with Penn Fishing, he's a guide in the Keys. And he's done stuff with Starbright. I'm coming back here to see him, seeing people from my hometown. I've only seen you this year.
We used to be in a wrestling room, man.
I know. Yeah, this guy used to beat up on me all the time. But yeah, that's what it is. It kind of, when I first started coming here, it was about, first year was overwhelming. And then more the second year, it was like, oh, who can we get for sponsorships? Who can we do this? And it's more evolved to me to just an experience and a gathering of camaraderie. It's a pretty cool thing. Fellowship. That's the word I was looking for. So that's what ICAST is to me now. Fellowship and camaraderie. I love it.
In the industry, my thing too is I keep saying this industry, whether it's freshwater, saltwater, like all the different species, like you think about it, we've all come under this roof for a fish. But it becomes more than a fish, but we're chasing the fish, but then that relationship comes in too. So
yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It's
I
awesome.
love it.
Yep. So looking forward to seeing you in the fall when we pull this tournament off, and it's going to be a good time.
We'll be coming up with a couple Yeti coolers to give away.
Good deal.
And hopefully some other things too.
Yeah, we put some stuff out to a lot of our manufacturer stuff. We have stuff starting to come in, and so that's real quick too. Finish up Starbright. Like the guys got great products for cleaning up your boat.
Yeah, they have everything in the world from fuel treatment, Startron fuel treatment, which actually improves fuel mileage. Yeah, it's great.
All the time.
It's great.
I use it on my bike.
Yeah, I use it in keep it in my car. And if you lawnmower, you have any small engine, you need to put that stuff in there. In your boat, you should put it in there anyway because it helps with fuel mileage. But also a huge thing with Startron is it stabilizes the fuel so your fuel can actually sit longer if need be. The boat, we also have a Sea-Safe line. So the Sea-Safe line is environmentally safe soaps. So when they go into our water systems, it does nothing at all to them. And then also from the Sea-Safe program, Starbright does a lot of conservation projects. They do, the whole thing is called Project Sea-Safe. They're doing putting in mangrove snapper and mangroves in South Florida. They're putting in the IRL clam project. They're renourishing the Indian River and the Indian River Lagoon with the clams with Blair Wiggins. They have the White Shark program with us to get education and information out there to researchers on the white shark. So it's a very good company. They make excellent products. Something that everybody at home could use is Extreme Clean. I mean, I have it in every room of my house. I have it in the living room, kitchen, and bathroom. Just because anytime I spill anything, that's immediately what I grab. They have a great rust stain remover that I don't even understand how it works. I just assume it's a miracle. I don't know. And then a really good product too is the MSR, the mildew stain remover. That stuff is phenomenal. So if you've got lawn chairs and stuff like that, patio furniture that's got some mildew on it, some boat upholstery, you spray that on there, brush it off. And all you got to do on every Starbright product is follow the directions on the label, because those labels, a lot of them have changed because they find it a better way to do it. So they actually change the label for it.
Yeah. We'll make it by here, if not this afternoon, tomorrow, and check some of that product out. And so again, Jenny with Not Fishing.
Hey, how are you?
Good. And we're carrying some of their product at Jake's too. So, good stuff. So thank you for coming over. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, you're just kind of like, we don't even really have a game plan. We're just winging it, but it's like, man, I need to talk to this guy. So enjoy your time. Always good. I'm glad I ran. I knew I was going to run into you. I just didn't know what it was. So thank you, Jimmy Lee.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. All right, buddy. I'll be in touch.
Yeah. Well, I should be at Starbright.
All right, good deal. So real quick too, just on that again, Tyler with Fishhawk, he's got a line here that we also will get back in stock, and then right over here too as well. There he is. There's the man again. So we did a short with him yesterday. We're just doing live real quick. We'll be quick.
Okay.
But I was just explaining your line there, and this stuff here. This is live. The other one's going to drop as a thing short, but.
He's a local boy.
Yep, that's what we were talking yesterday. Wardensville, Bunker Hill, West Virginia. Check them out. Fish Hawk YouTube. Inline spinner. We're carrying these at Jake's too. We said yesterday these things, guys, will catch everything. Not just trout. They're going to catch crappie. They're going to catch walleye. They're going to catch largemouth, smallmouth.
All kinds
They'll
of
catch
stuff.
it all.
Everything loves, flashy.
A little inline,
lure,
flashy deal here. So.
Here, let me see that. I just wanted to say a story. Like I remember the first time you came in when you saw I put these in the store, and you were so funny. You came in, you're like, I haven't seen the real one yet.
Yeah.
You were so excited.
I only had a prototype.
Yeah.
So I got to see the actual finished product at your all's shop.
Yep. So
That's
they
pretty
did.
cool.
They sold, so I'll have to get some more in, but they're great.
Yeah.
Great little trout rod. All right, cool. I think we're supposed to be finishing up. I don't know how he's not tired of talking.
It's a lot of talking. A lot
Right?
of talking, a lot of walking. My legs yesterday, I was like, oh, man.
And you're young.
I know.
All right, great. Thanks. Good to see you again.
Have a good day, guys.
Thank you. So, guys, just for a quick recap again, just as we've been saying, it's a way to really a lot of connections, building that relationship. Jimmy's got a great rapport with about all these guys. Get product in. That's what she's working on now. Put the orders in, get them in the shop. We're going to make room to put them up, people to get them. It's the product, it's the knowledge of the product, and all the intricacies of it, how line through the stuff we're seeing. There's just so much. And obviously, with YouTube, you guys go out and see that. This is our way. We help the Jigs Bait and Jackal crew, Thomas and Carly, fishing the DMV, just to bring that stuff back to Winchester. So we're wrapping up here. We'll be back probably, I guess, maybe after an hour or so. Just kind of go through the new product showcase.
Awesome stuff, guys. So, guys, that wraps up part one of the day. We will be coming back live probably this afternoon around, I'm guessing, like 1:30, 2 o'clock potentially. We'll, again, just do about another hour of the live stream, and then we'll finish up early Friday morning before everyone hops on a plane, just to kind of get their thoughts on what they thought best in show was, their views on it. So again, around 1:30, we will be going live again for a little bit of time. If that's something you're interested in, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out in the algorithm. Please like and share this. It helps us even more. And if you really, really, really want to help me out, join us on Patreon. We have a lot of giveaways we do each and every month, photo contests, little prize giveaways, members only content. I take pictures of exactly what I'm using in fishing tournaments. No one else really gets that information but Patreon supporters. And also it's our nonprofit. Everyone knows that when we hit our overarching goal in probably a year, we will have a nonprofit started for the DMV area, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia, that is about supplementally stocking our local waterways and also helping out our boat ramps and things like that. It'll be completely funded by the people, for the people, no government money involved, to help our fisheries be good for years to come. So again, go check that out on Patreon, like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you this afternoon for Fishing the DMV, live from ICAST 2024.
You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your hosts, Thomas Ahrens and Jared Mounts. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by